Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Blaizeman Morning Show. I am your host, Mr. Blaizeman, and welcome to our show. Um, I always have this issue. It's when every morning I got so much stuff to do. I bring the wife to work. I take the dog out for a walk. I come back. By the time I get back doing all that stuff, show starts at 9. It's like 8:45. You know what I mean? It's like 8:45 in the morning, and I'm scrambling around getting my work ready for whatever content I can put together for today's show. And I always forget to edit the show. So I again, I apologize. But it'll take like 2 seconds to just edit this, and so people know what's going on. And we are on. Let's see. Today, 16. We're on episode 16 today. And just let me put this up here. Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff like that. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's, let's see. Sending packets. So we're going to dump you. And we'll try to get that back. So, of course, Facebook always gives us a bunch of fucking bullshit. But anyways, so what you do is you just shut it down. So now we're not live streaming on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. I'll try back in a little bit and see if it goes through, but I'm not going to sit there and watch it stream packets, and then it slows everything down on the system. So with that being said, so everything's all set. I'm going to do a little reset, and we'll be back in like 3 seconds. All right. See that? We're ending stream. And we're still live. All right. So again, good morning and welcome to the Blaizeman Morning Show. And let's see what kind of crazy devices we got going on today. Probably the same shit as we had yesterday, so we'll have to adjust that. Why is I just hate them. So we can try this. This just sounds like the other microphone, if you ask me. So let's give it a little jolt.
How was this?
We just went through that one, and that one, and that one. There we go. Now, checking. Checking 1, 2, 3. Checking 1, 2, 3. Checking. Hello. Anyhow. Yeah. One more? All right. Anyways, that was stupid. I apologize for that. I should fix this shit before the show, but then again, I just explained to everybody why it's hard to do that. So we're going to leave this one up there for the time being, and then during the break, and I'll fix it and find something more funnier and more cooler. So, again, thanks a lot. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now, hey. Fucking wires. This is why. Some of you might watch this and go, dude, you suck. Make sure all your shit's all set before you start the show. I do. And this is the difference between you people that do podcasts. You know what I mean? You can, go back and edit shit, and you won't see stuff like that. But unfortunately, FFN Network, Blaizeman Media, we run our shows live. So what you see is what you get. All the problems, all the headaches, all everything. That's what you get. So we lost a great one. Balls. I don't know why I do the show in the morning. La, 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 And again, let's try it again. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for checking out the Blaizeman Morning Show. I am your host, Blaizeman, and it's a great Thursday morning. The temperature right now here in Fall River, Massachusetts is 84 degrees, and it's supposed to, the index is supposed to top out at 100. A fucking 100. It's gonna be 100 fucking degrees around here. I gotta stay hiding in this fucking cave because it's gonna be, the index says it's gonna be 100 degrees. Anyhow, so this morning's story, real quick, is about Ivana Trump. And the only kids that Trump has from his new hottie broad, and you notice he always goes with them Scandinavian broads there or whatever. I wonder if it's because they're obedient. You know what I mean? Before I read this article, because Trump, he's like a fucking piece of shit when it comes to his women. You know what I mean? He truly is. So I maybe agree with some women when they say he's a pig. Because he kind of, listen. Every time I've seen that guy with his wife, right, and they're holding hands or whatever, he just fucking like pushes her hand to the side and he walks fucking ahead of her. He never waits for her, ever. If you watch the funeral services from yesterday for Ivana, he did the same shit. You know what I mean? He's like, somebody comes up to him and goes, "Hey, Trumpy boy, you got to go fucking this way." And he's like, "Okay." And, and he just starts walking up and his fucking poor wife's behind him. Now, here's the thing that bothers me. I wonder who wrote the book of love? Sorry. Anyways, so I wonder if he, gets, he follows the tradition of the Japanese, right? Because in Japan, the woman literally has to walk like fucking, I think it's 5 feet behind the husband. You know what I'm saying? And, because there's some countries that treat their women like dogs. I mean, we used to, in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, all until about the 70s, until the hippie broad started smoking weed. And then they're like, yeah, we don't want to cook fucking cookies in the oven no more. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, listen, I think he's a fucking womanizer. You know what I mean? I do. But I don't know. What kind of guy isn't? You know what I mean? You get a bunch of guys together, right? I don't know, a commercial or a movie or whatever, broad walking on the street. Yeah. Not going to sit there and tell us that, we're gentlemen and we don't say nothing. You know what I mean? No, it goes something like, "Hey, baby, what's happening, darling? I'm fucking screaming up from the cave because it's going to be 100 degrees here today." Anyways, so we're all fucking jerk-offs like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, we all talk shit, but I don't know. But he just, he drives me like insane, I think he's a douche as far as that part goes. It's like she doesn't even like say anything to him. When she enters the room with him or whatever, and she'd be like, "Hey, douchebag, you know what I mean? What are you doing? You can't wait for me or whatever." Because I'll tell you something right now. Besides the word douchebag, my wife would be like pissed. She'd be like, "What are you doing? You can't wait for me? What did you leave me, way back there for?" And it would be something like, "Oh, Jesus, babe, come on, I didn't mean to do it, but in fucking reality, you did, because you wouldn't have left her, you wouldn't have left her there. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Okay. So, and I'm speaking to the guys from the rabbit hole right now. So again, I apologize from the text. The Rabbit Hole is like one of our biggest shows on the network, and we prepare a lot for it. Whether it seems like it or not, because it's a 2-hour show and it doesn't seem like we get into it that much. but we actually do get into it. And for anybody who follows all the shows, we get into it. But sometimes, in the beginning, we was like, oh, we're going to do the show for an hour. Then we sit there and realize, oh, an hour is not fucking long enough to, to do everything we want. So like, all right, so we're going to run the show for 2 hours. So now our topics are getting so much better and so much greater that, we, I'm not saying we're thinking about going 3 hours, you know what I mean? But we definitely could do a 3-hour show. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I mean, somebody's clown bangers, run their podcasts for like 2.5 hours, you know what I mean? But what we got to do is this FFN network is going to get out there, and we got to get some people to come on to the show in the morning and, come on to the shows in the afternoon. And the Rabbit Hole is on tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. right here on the FFN network, Blaizeman Media. You can also go and check us out at ffnradiointernational.com. Okay. And check out our website. Our shows are up there. I've been slacking a little bit because it's just me. I run the whole shoot and shebang, the whole production, and, sometimes Mr. D is dumb as a stump, and if I didn't have Donnie to go over and do some research and a little bit of shit like that, it would just be me, you know what I mean? So, stuff like that. But maybe we'll have a special guest on tonight's show. Maybe. I'm hoping, but that's the deal there. So anyways, let me get to the Ivana. Ivana, don't fucking start with me, you cocksucker. Ivana Trump is Donald Trump's first wife of Jesus Blaze. Ivana Trump, first wife of former President Donald Trump, died on July 14th. She was 73 years old, okay? And she was loaded. She had her apartment in fucking New York. You know what I mean? Didn't want for nothing. That's all I want, to be comfortable. Oh, again, I got to interrupt this fucking article. I'm sorry, because this shit's popping in my head. I'm kind of waking up. You know what I mean? And I read an article, and this is an article from the Massachusetts State Lottery, right? And a lot of people say to me, I don't give a shit what they take. You know what I mean? I'm still going to get some money. I'm going to do this or whatever. All right. So the Mega Millions right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just talking about Massachusetts. The Mega Millions right now is $630 million. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get into all the details, percentages and stuff like that, but just put it to you this way. After the lottery takes their fucking chunk, you have about $370 million, right? And again, you're saying to yourself, oh, fuck, that's life-changing money. I could care less how much they take. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now your taxes fucking come in. Okay, now you got your federal tax that either you could say, oh, I'll fucking pay that longevity, or you could take it all right now. And but this is just for the year. This isn't, they don't not tax you anymore or whatever, right? So anyways, so you get the federal tax there, James, and then you get the state tax, which is all in all, right? $130 million, ladies and gentlemen, right? You'll be lucky out of all of that you get $200 million. And again, I know you're sitting there and you're like, fucking, who cares? And I agree with you, 150 fucking %. I mean, I spent $2. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of, I'm not out there buying fucking $40 with the fucking scratch, not scratch, but lottery tickets. I'm not. I'll buy one or two. So at most, it's just going to cost me $6, and I'm perfectly fine with $200 million after spending $6. You know what I mean? I'm perfectly fine with that, but it's kind of fucking ridiculous, don't you think? I mean, the lottery, why can't the lottery take all right, anything over 500 million, we take 100 million. Why is it that they take all of that? So now that I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking of doing it the longevity. You know what I mean? $630 million, right? They got to be sending me like $5 million a year, right? I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? The taxes won't be fucking so high or anything like that. You know what I mean? So if I win, I'm thinking about doing something like that. Get fucking $5 million a year. I'm fine with $5 million a year. But anyhow, I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for me. There's another thing my wife gets on my ass about. She's like, you smoke so many fucking cigarettes. And my wife don't swear. The only time my wife swears, ladies and gentlemen, is when she's pissed off at me. So, and she'll come and she'll know I do the show every morning, whatever. She's at work, she texts me here and, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And I sit there and like now, I had a cigarette in my hand. It just fucking burnt all the way down to nothing. And that's what happens. There'll be about 5 or 6 cigarettes in there, and she'll come in the room later on, not to peek at the ashtray, but she'll come in here for whatever. Maybe to use the printer or whatever. And she'll be like, oh, you smoked all of those cigarettes this morning? And I try to explain to her, I'm like, no, fucking half of them burn out. Half of them burn out. You know what I mean? So, that's the deal. I will get to this Ivana, this Ivana little article here that I have here. All right, so Ivana Trump, first wife of former President Donald Trump, died July 14th. She was 73 years old. As ABC News reported, paramedics had responded to a cardiac arrest call around 12:30 p.m. 12:30 p.m. that day at a New York City Upper East Side apartment. CNBC quotes a senior New York City official who related that Trump was found on the spiral staircase of her apartment. The New York Police Department said she was pronounced dead at the scene. The family issued a statement. Our mother was an incredible woman, a force in business, and a world-class athlete, a radiant beauty, and a caring mother and friend. Ivana Trump was a survivor. She fled from communism and embraced this country. She taught her children about grit and toughness, compassion and determination. She will be dearly missed by her mother, her 3 children, and 10 grandchildren. So she had a fucking heart attack and fell down the fucking spirals, the spiral staircase. They're not putting anything out as far as like an autopsy or anything like that, but she fucked herself up, and she probably had a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? Or probably was having a heart attack. And just, maybe started to pass out a little bit and fucking fell all the way down the stairs. Who knows? Maybe she broke her neck going down the stairs. That's what killed her. But I don't know who called for the cardiac arrest, because, you would know. I'm pretty sure some people would know. Most people would know when you're fucking looking at a dead person, but I don't know. So, anyways, we're going to get to more shit, okay? And stick around for more of the Blaizeman Morning Show, or we'll be back in exactly 4 fucking minutes. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blaizeman Morning Show. How's everybody doing this fine evening? You see how fucked up I am this morning? You know what I mean? It's not even Blaze. It's morning time, you know? But anyhow, so President Sleepy Bunker Joe Biden came to Fall River, Massachusetts. Somerset, Massachusetts, which is, Jesus, if you got a good arm, you could probably almost hit Somerset from Fall River, because the only thing that separates us is some water, the Taunton River they call it, and a couple of bridges. But anyhow, so he came yesterday and did all of his stuff, and had a great time, and talked about climate change, and how they're going to build something, a facility where the old mining, not mining, but the old cold place used to be, and they're going to they're going to build this facility, and they're going to talk about creating 250 jobs. And of course he was bumbling the whole time he was there, this is what I hate. I hate this. This is what I hate about this thing the most. Again, I really need somebody to do this for me. But anyway, so here's some video clips. President Sleepy Bunker Joe, President Biden came to Somerset, talk about climate change. Oh, and he's going to do an executive order, and help poor people get fucking air conditioners and all that stuff again. So it's just something else that the government's going to provide, because nobody wants to go to work for a living. You know what I mean? To buy their own fucking ACs, and the government will just give them whatever. So let's take a peek here. All right, now let's check it.
President Biden in Somerset today to announce executive actions on climate. Biden's plan features a low-income energy assistance program aimed at keeping homes cooler in hotter summers. But President Biden stopped short of declaring a formal climate emergency. Still, hundreds of people lined up to catch as the presidential motorcade rolled through, and despite political parties, really nothing quite like this has happened in their town. Night Team's Cal Demoski live at Brayton Point tonight. Cal?
Well, Frank, the stage has been taken down. Most of the media is cleared out, and the president is back home tonight after a day many in the area won't forget. A presidential visit drawing hundreds of people to Somerset.
It was just a really cool event. We saw the motorcade come down, a lot of motorbikes and whatnot. Pretty cool experience.
It was awesome.
President Joe Biden stopping in southern New England on Wednesday to address climate change and clean energy, using nearby Brayton Point as a backdrop.
As president, I have a responsibility to act with urgency and resolve when our nation faces clear and present danger.
Clear and present
that's
danger.
That's what climate change is about.
Oh, this is huge. This is big town.
The coal-fired plant was shut down a couple of years ago and is being converted into a renewable energy hub. The president's journey started in Warwick, where he met with Mayor Frank Picozzi and Governor Dan McKee on the tarmac of TF Green Airport. Then came the drive to Somerset, where countless people, both in support and against, lined the town's streets as the motorcade made its way in. Christine Gonzalez and her 2-year-old daughter were among those bracing the heat.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it was so hot. Yeah, we were sweating out there, but it was worth it. And she was waving her flag very proudly, and it was a big moment for us.
And also taking time to use this moment as a teaching experience.
Especially with what's going on in our country right now, I feel like it's important, regardless of what your political views are or who the candidates are. Every 4 years, we're going to have different candidates and people that don't exactly agree. So I taught her that this is the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And during his remarks today, Frank, the president did call climate change an emergency, but did add as well that he's going to be making a more formal and official action in the coming weeks. Live in Somerset, Cal Demoski, NBC 10 News 19.
All right, so there you go with that one, right? And you always can tell when a radio station or a I'm sorry, folks. I'm just trying to dump this. Please bear with me. Again, it's just me. So when a politically motivated news station. So now you noticed, right, that they showed the motorcade coming in, and they, I don't know, maybe they caught maybe 7 people on camera, and they're like, "Hey, Joe, we love you," right? So and the Blaizeman Morning Show and FFN Network, Blaizeman Media, we do our due diligence, and we want to see, exactly, what the crowd looked like. Now, again, I am from the area, okay? And the video I'm about to show you is they're coming from 95, okay? And they took the exit to go right onto Somerset. As soon as you take the exit, Brayton Point is right there. It's right there. You take the exit, there's a set of lights, and they're taking a right turn to go over this little overpass, and then boom, you're in Brayton Point. It's right there, okay? And it's a perfect spot to you're not delaying too much traffic, you know what I mean? Because it's exit on Brayton Point, exit off Brayton Point, and you're heading right back to Rhode Island TF Green Airport, which is about 20 minutes away, okay? But anyways, getting back to news stations being, you can tell when they're on a political side, and he did mention, some people were not too happy or whatever. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people were happy. A lot of people were not happy to see our president, Sleepy Bunker Joe. A lot of them. And I'll show you. And here we go. This is on TikTok, and someone in the area, had posted this. Now, again, this is the intersection that I was just telling you about. You come off the highway, you come to the set of lights. It's a 4-way intersection there. Okay, you take the right turn at the lights, and I don't know, about a block down the road is Brayton Point. Okay. And the intersection and the road heading into Brayton Point were loaded with people. Loaded. And you don't hear, "We love you, Mr. President." That's for sure. A lot of people were saying, "Go home, Brandon," all this shit like that. So let's take a quick listen, man. So that doesn't sound like anything pleasant to me, right? And another thing I would like everybody to pay attention to, if you could, watch how fucking big this motorcade is. Watch how big this motorcade is, besides the people telling them to go back home, all right? So I don't know what news station that was that showed maybe 6 to 7 people saying, "We love you, Mr. President," but that's not the case. Look at the video real good, and you'll be able to see the intersection, and you can see people on the other side. You can see them with their signs telling Sleepy Bunker to go home, all this shit like that. So for me, I don't think it was a very good welcome for Mr. President Joe Biden to visit Somerset. And I don't think he knows he's going to get any votes anytime soon from many of those people. So, again, check out the whole video. Look at the intersection. Watch how long this motorcade is. And, we'll take it from there.
Pieces of shit.
Look, I'll try to get it. There we go. Yeah, that's the best I'm going to get it. So here's a corner right here. Okay, and that's the right turn that I'm talking about. The set of lights is right where this yellow person is, a yellow person in a dress or whatever, or a short set. And that's where the set of lights is. The building right across the street over there, they got good fucking Coney Island hot dogs. I'll tell you that right now. Anyways, and if you look across the street, you can see they're all lined up, okay, and they're not happy. They're not happy to see President Sleepy Bunker. And again, watch the motorcade, and I promise I will not interrupt the video again.
Pieces of shit.
Dumbass!
Okay, so listen, he didn't get the best of welcomes. That's all I got to say to that. He certainly didn't. But with that being said, and I watched it, and he's fumbling and bumbling his words and stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and all of that crazy stuff there. But that's politics. I didn't agree one bit with the guy throwing a middle finger. I didn't agree with some of the banter that he was saying. None of that. I didn't agree with it. Some people could just be assholes. We can sit there and say, "Go home, Brandon." You know what I mean? Sleepy Bunker Joe, we don't want you here. Okay, fine. Throwing middle fingers, calling him a fucking douchebag or whatever. And yeah, it's just a little bit, for me, just a little bit mental, a little bit crazy, all of that stuff like that. So that's the deal with that. So, and that's what happened, Somerset, Massachusetts. Again, a hop, skip, and a jump to Fall River, Massachusetts. I was pretty proud at the fact that the camera shots had the good old Braga Bridge in the back, all of that stuff like that. So, it's pretty cool. So, what I'd like to talk about now is the House Committee advances assault weapon ban for the first time in decades. So they've done this before, but I don't know what they do. Put it in, this for a couple of years or whatever the situation may be. It's not about banning assault weapons, ladies and gentlemen. For me, it's about having a system that tracks people that buys weapons, and I don't know. I mean, for me, it's even if you have the weapon, right? Okay, and you're fine, you're a great citizen with your weapon, the whole 9 yards or whatever. Okay, this is again my opinion, and this is the way I feel that they should put something together like this. So again, you got your weapon. You've been a good person for 3-4 years, right? Then you get arrested for assault. Okay, any kind of assault. All right, I think you should be suspended from your gun. I think you should lose your license to carry. I don't know, for 6 months or a year, like being on probation, but you're not allowed to have a gun on you at all or in your house at all for an assault. You know what I mean? And, once your 6 months or a year's up and you've been a good boy or a good girl or whatever and stuff like that, then you get your license back, right? So say this is like a 3-strike policy. Or even a 2-strike policy, because we don't want to fucking go too long with having somebody doing assaults or whatever. DUIs, whatever the situation may be. and you get in trouble for a second time. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, done. They take your right away to carry that weapon. You don't get to have it no more, right? Because look, if they can sit there and create a system with the IRS, okay, the DMV, and every other fucking place that tracks anything, look, the guys that owe child support, okay, you go to the DMV and you get a fucking, you want to renew your license or renew, your ID or whatever the situation may be. And oh, you owe child support. You can't get it. You can't get it, right? So what's the difference when there's a huge fucking database out there and you walk into a gun store, right? And they say, well, you have fucking like 2 prior felonies on you. You got a DUI, you know what I'm saying? And you got another one for reckless driving or whatever, and one for assault. And no. You know what I mean? You can't, you don't even apply for your license to carry because you're not going to get it, And I get the whole point that people do change, and down the road, this person, whatever, could have got help, whatever, for abuse, whatever the situation may be, ladies and gentlemen. It don't matter. It don't matter. And I know it's a tricky situation because most of these people that are out there shooting people are like kids, not necessarily kids, but I mean, people like, under 40, that are, getting out of their car and shooting a shitload of people and all of this stuff like that, but again, as far as the database goes, I think that wouldn't be too much. You were giving tons of money to fucking Ukraine, so I can't see why there won't be a problem of giving a little bit of money to create this database. So, when you walk into any gun store and they hit your name up on a computer with the proper credentials typed in, and you got all this information, and the store owner and the gun owner place there says, sorry, man, we can't give you a gun, Oh, what the fuck? Why not? Blah, blah, blah. Well, here, and they print it up and they go, boom, here, here's your fucking rap sheet. This is why you can't get it done, you dumb asshole. And that's it. That's it. That's not hard, to do that. That's not hard. And again, if you're associated with some white supremacy gang or whatever organization, whatever, you don't get a gun, you don't get a gun. I don't think that fucks with the Second Amendment rights that much at all. It's like anything else. I don't know about owning a gun's a privilege, just like having a license is a privilege, all of those things like that, Sometimes when somebody says to me, oh, a license is a privilege, well, what happened before they created a system to where you had to have a license? People were driving around with no fucking licenses and no insurance and all that stuff like that until one day some guy or some girl sat there and went, ding, hey, we can make fucking billions of dollars off of this shit. Let's tell people now that they have to take a class to get their license, And, we'll charge, probably back at the time when they first did it, we'll charge like $5. Now it's like, I don't know, like $100 or something like that. But still, you know what I mean? Somebody just came and did a bong, and now it's, you got to pay for insurance. You got to pay for your license. You got to renew your license all the time. And all because, again, my opinion is someone sat there and said, in government, most likely, and said, oh, we can make money off of this. So when somebody says to me, oh, driving's like a fucking privilege, no, I don't think so. You know what I mean? Just somebody came up with an idea to fucking make money off of course, the sheep, us, the common folk that work every day, bust our balls every day to make money for the government, So, we're going to take a little bit of a look at this House committee assault weapon ban, and we'll go on from there. So just bear with me in one sec, and we'll get this also up and going, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you got any questions about anything that we're talking about, you can give the show a call at 508-812-0318, or you can send us a nice little chat in the chat box, whatever platform that you're watching us on.
Reporting quorum present. On the motion to report the bill, H.R. 1808, as amended favorably to the House. In favor, respond by saying aye. 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 Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is ordered reported favorably. Roll call is requested. Clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Nadler.
Aye.
Mr. Nadler votes aye. Ms. Lofgren.
Aye.
Ms. Lofgren votes aye. Mr. Jordan.
No.
Mr. Jordan votes no. Mr. Shabbat.
No.
Mr. Shabbat votes no. Mr. Gomert.
No.
Mr. Gomert votes no. Mr. Issa.
No.
Mr. Issa votes no. Mr. Buck.
How is the chair recorded?
Chair is recorded as aye.
No.
Mr. Buck votes no. Mr. Gates.
No.
Mr. Gates votes no. Mr. Johnson of Louisiana. Mr. Johnson of Louisiana votes no. Mr. Biggs. Mr. Biggs votes no. Mr. McClintock.
No.
Mr. McClintock votes no. Mr. Stubbe. Mr. Tiffany.
Tiffany, no.
Mr. Tiffany votes no. Mr. Massey. No. Mr. Massey votes no. Mr. Roy.
No.
Mr. Roy votes no. Mr. Bishop.
There's a lot of no's.
Mr. Bishop votes no. Ms. Fishbach. No. Ms. Fishbach votes no. Ms. Sparts. Ms. Sparts votes no. Mr. Fitzgerald. No. Mr. Fitzgerald votes no. Mr. Benz. Mr. Benz votes no. Mr. Owens. Mr. Owens votes no. Mr. Chairman, there are 25 ayes and 18 noes.
The ayes have it, and the bill is amended as ordered reported favorably to the House.
All right, so you know what they do, they went ahead and did it. Okay, what exactly they're doing, I got no fucking idea. You know what I mean? But that seems to be the case with all of that, you know what I mean? And there was where the hell is it? There we go. Ah, shut up. All right, give me here. So let's see here. All right. Okay, so here's another one pissing and moaning about only getting one text, and how the Republicans during when Hillary Clinton was running for president, and how the Republicans were like going batshit crazy over her emails and making sure they got their emails or whatever. So now I guess the Republicans are hush hush. And because the Secret Service only found one text message to give to this January 6th committee. And by the way, the January 6th committee, this is their last one, I believe, the thing they're going to have. And it's going to be on prime time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 8 p.m. on all the networks, So I think I'll be watching fucking Netflix tonight, if you ask me. But anyways, and this person's claim, well, I've run data migrations for the government. I'm not buying this Secret Service excuse. So, but what's the title for a Secret Service, ladies and gentlemen? The Secret Service is to protect the president at all costs, right? Right? Even if he or she does something bad, they're to protect him. They are. They're to protect him. You know what I mean? How many movies you seen where, Secret Service guys out there and, something's going on, they don't really say nothing. The Secret Service wasn't exactly jumping around saying, hey, I got information. Me and a couple of the Secret Service guys watched JFK and Bobby Kennedy banging the fuck out of of what's her name there, but you know who I'm talking about. But no. So I think maybe there's more text messages, but just before I continue with this, I think this is just fucking complete bullshit. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely bullshit. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, and things like that. But here's the thing, okay? So we're gonna play it because we're fair here. You know what I mean? And I like to be fair on a Blaizeman morning show. I think FFN Network and Blaizeman Media is a fair network. I think we talk about, a lot of things. Yeah. Do we lean towards conservativeship? A lot. Yeah, we do. But we also give everybody else the benefit of the doubt. So we're going to take a listen to what this woman has to say. All right. Okay. Here we go. A couple of questions coming up. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, I've got a couple of questions for you. You tweeted about this yesterday, quote, Republicans were furious about Hillary Clinton's emails and personal server. Why aren't they screaming from the rooftops, outraged about the Secret Service texts exchange on January 6th being purged? For you, from what you've seen, from your very, very significant point of view inside the White House, working for Mike Pence, is this surprising to you that the text messages are missing?
Yeah, it's completely surprising. Look, we take the preservation of government records very seriously. And I'll be honest, I've run technical migrations for the government, and I can tell you 100% that we plan very ahead for these things, and that everything is mapped out from point A, point B, C, and D. I mean, we have it all planned out. There's a timeline of everything. And I just find it completely just appalling that no one in the leadership thought to themselves, hey, maybe we shouldn't proceed with this migration. Like, maybe we need to preserve these things. And even just for historical context on this moment, on such a very dark day in our country's history, why would you not think to do that? And so I think this entire scenario, I mean, yes, it could be gross incompetence, but look, I've worked with the technical people in government and the engineers. They're pretty capable. They really know what they're doing when it comes to this, especially if you're migrating something like the Secret Service, which is part of a law enforcement endeavor, right? It is part of the Department of Homeland Security. And so, when I think about this,
it's not a department of
I
any
really
of
want to
those.
know, did Tony Ornato text? Were there text messages between him and Secret Service coming from outside the web? That's really sort of the direction of this. I mean, and if so, why won't these people come forward and testify? Like, why won't they talk about what was in these messages?
Well, I'm curious, since you have experience with these migrations, do you have experience when something signals that a migration is stopped or held back and information is served? I mean, would it make sense that on January 5th and 6th, along the chain of command would say reserve all the information days? Is that a fair assumption that should have been done?
Yes, absolutely. Like I've been in situations where we've been migrating technical capabilities with warfighters overseas, where people in leadership stepped in and said, hey, by the way, there's a serious operation happening. You cannot do this, or we've got to preserve the data and we've got to put a pause on it. It's very easy to do that and shift schedules. There are delays all the time that happen with these technical migrations. It's a very thoughtful process, is what I'll reiterate again. And so I just find it completely suspect that this would be the case, and that specifically that time period is what is missing now. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. I operate on facts. That's my background on national security, but something is definitely amiss here.
Olivia Troy, thank you very much for coming on this morning. Come back soon.
Okay, for the record, that wasn't me talking in the background. There's some fucking creepy dude talking. I don't know, maybe her partner, something like that. I have no idea. So, yeah. This is what the fuck is happening here? I got to show this because while I was watching that, I came across this this little article over here, and it says, let me go back to it here real quick. It says video shows Utah child 4 shoot at police outside McDonald's drive-thru. Now, are they saying the child is 4 years old? I don't know. Let's take a look. I just came across this. And then we'll go to break.
Open! Got the door. We're going to open the door.
Down your phone. Down your phone. With your right hand, open the door. Your right hand, open the door. Open the door. Open your door. Come on out. Come on out. Hold on. Step out. Step out. Get out of the car. Down. Gun. Get your arm out. Get your arm out. Get your arm out now.
Gun. You said gun.
Oh, shit. Drop the gun. Shit. Shit. Shut. Fuck. Kid.
Kid. You're saying kid.
You all right, kid? You all right? Come on. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. It's okay.
Now, put your weapons away around these fucking children. They don't need to be traumatized anymore. Bad enough they're watching you put their daddy on a fucking ground. I get all of this stuff like that.
Hold on. Thank you. Just keep him in there for me, please. That's here. Good here? Yeah.
Yeah, I split it around here. Where did the down go?
Oh, shit.
All right, let's hey, can I clean my shorts real quick? Let's wrap this up. Okay, block. Let's get it going.
So this baby, with this scuffling Eddie going to the ground.
Get your arm out.
Get your arm out. These poor little babies, the gun must have been on a floor or something.
Oh, shit.
See?
Drop the gun. Shit.
Now, was that a kid that said the word shit?
Down.
Let's listen.
Gun. Get your arm out. Get your arm out. Get your arm out now. Oh, shit. Drop the gun. Shit.
See? Did you hear that? That sounded like a child.
Oh, shit. Drop the gun. Shit.
Right?
Drop the gun. Shit. Drop the gun. Shit. Drop the gun. Shit. Shit. Shut.
Right? That sounded like a child saying shit, right?
All right, let's hey, can I clean my shorts real quick? Let's wrap this up. Okay, block. Let's get it going.
That was insane. I know you can see the studio when I switch over. It's pretty nice, huh? But that was in fucking insane. That was crazy shit right there. And that little baby, I don't know, finding the gun. and picking the gun up off the ground or whatever. But wow, that was nuts. Stick around for more of the Blaizeman Morning Show. We'll be back in approximately 4 minutes. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming back to the Blaizeman and Morning Show. Do you know it's not illegal, but you can't say the word like, let's get ready to boom. You can't say that. Michael Buffer owns the rights to saying that. So we're gonna say it like this on the Blaizeman Morning Show. Let's get ready to hump her. How's that? Yeah, I'm digging it too. Anyways, look, before we take off for the morning, listen, Sleepy Bunker, President Sleepy Bunker Joe, he befumbles his words constantly. You know what I mean? He's always, you can't understand a fucking thing he's saying. But people are freaking out and saying that Joe, Mr. President Sleepy Bunker Joe, said that he has cancer. Okay? And then I read an article this morning when I was seeing this, and it said something that, yeah, he had like a skin cancer or something to that effect. But I guess everybody's making a fucking big deal about this. And yeah, we're going to take a listen and see if we can hear it. Okay, so and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's that bridge in the background. That is the Braga Bridge, and from this side of I'm sorry, this is the beautiful Braga Bridge right here, ladies and gentlemen. And from this side over here, where my cursor is the Somerset side, where Sleepy Bunker President Joe Biden is. And over here is where FFN Network Blaizeman Media resides here in Fall River, Massachusetts. So I'm very proud of that bridge. Okay, and here, the water you see here, this is the Taunton River that I was speaking about earlier this morning. So I just wanted to get that out there because I'm proud of my city, and of course, every city has their problems, but, we do a pretty damn good job here. And for some of you that didn't know, we have the biggest naval, what do you want to call it there? The biggest naval shipyard with battleships, submarines, and it's the biggest in the world. So if you get a chance, come on down and visit it. You know what I mean? I'm super proud of my city. Okay, and again, that's the Braga Bridge. Over here to the right of the screen is Fall River, where FFN Network and Blaizeman Media resides. This side of my cursor is where Somerset is and where President Sleepy Bunker Joe is. And the reason why I put this video up is because everybody's going batshit crazy that Sleepy Bunker said that he had cancer. So we're going to take a quick listen and see if we can't hear him say it. And not only if he says it, is he just screwing up his words? Because we know Sleepy Bunker buffoon, he can't even talk. He can't talk right. You know what I mean? He's always screwing up something. So let's just take a listen.
Not very much unlike where I grew up in a place called Claymont, Delaware, which has more oil refineries than Houston, Texas had in its region, just across the line in Pennsylvania. And all the prevailing winds were our way. I just lived up the road. In an apartment complex when we moved to Delaware. And just up the road to a little school I went to, Holy Rosary Grade School. And because it was a 4-lane highway, that was...
Okay, this is... I'm going to back it up.
Was accessible.
Because we're going to try to catch him to see if he says he has cancer. And not only that, this buffoon says that when the frost, used to come over and they used the windshield wipers to get rid of the frost, there was always a streak of oil. I didn't get none of that, but I'm gonna play one more time, and let's see if we can get the good old Prez to, find out if he did say he has cancer.
Not very much unlike where I grew up in a place called Claymont, Delaware, which has more oil refineries than Houston, Texas had in its region, just across the line in Pennsylvania. And all the prevailing winds were our way. I just lived up the road. In an apartment complex when we moved to Delaware. And just up the road, a little school I went to, Holy Rosary Grade School. And because it was a 4-lane highway that was accessible, my mother drove us, and rather than us be able to walk. And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? It had to put on windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window.
Okay, so when it's first frost, obviously you put your fucking windshield wipers on anyways to get the frost off your window. Well, I don't know where he got that, oil slick or whatever. All right, so this I got cancer thing should be popping up real soon, so let's keep listening.
That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
There it is.
And why I can't for the longest time, the people I grew up have cancer. So damn many other people I grew up have cancer. Why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why I can't for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation. But that's the past. And we're gonna build a different future.
Okay, so do you think that he's saying like he had cancer because something about him skin cancer came out? You know what I mean? And or is it just President Sleepy Bunker Joe befumbling his words again and not mincing his words right?
It had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
So, I mean, it sounds like he's like, that's why I and so many other people have cancer. Or did he say had cancer?
And why I can't for the literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why I can't.
Right? So that's why I and so many other people have cancer. Right? I'm reading that right. Okay. So that's what everybody's going mental about, and it just takes somebody to just catch something like that, and it becomes a huge big deal.
And for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation. But that's the past. And we're gonna build a different future.
So they have it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see what comes of it because people make a big deal out of nothing. And again, like I said, Sleepy Bunker, he's got his words all fucked up all the time. You know what I mean? So you never know what's happening. And I just got this other quick article that I just want to throw out there again real quick and see what's going on with that. I don't know if there's going to be any video to the effect. Let's see here. No, I love this woman. She's hilarious. Anyways, so let's see if we can't get a little bit of this right now. All right. So let's put this up here. Okay. All right. So our boy, everybody who likes him, legendary boxer Mike Tyson says he's going to die really soon. Over the course of his boxing career, Mike Tyson looked at one point to be an invincible persona. It says, however, as he grows older, he's acknowledging his own mortality. In a recent episode of his podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight. This thing hits me again. I'm gonna get fucking pissed off. Recent episode of his podcast, blah blah blah. Heavyweight boxing champ spoke with therapist Sean McFarlane. McFarlane specializes in trauma and addiction, and Tyson told him he feels like he's getting close to the end of his life. Here's what he said via the New York Post. We're all gonna die one day, of course, Tyson said. Then when I look in a mirror, I see those little spots on my face. I say, wow, that means my expiration date is coming close, really soon. Tyson is only 56 years old, but obviously feels like he's reaching a point where he might not be around for much longer. The sporting world certainly hopes he's wrong. Over the past decade, Tyson has rehabbed his image and became one of the most beloved athletes in the world. So, Mike, listen, buddy, I'm fucking 56 years old too, pal, and I try not to think about that shit that much. You know what I mean? So, best of luck to you. Me, if I live to 80, that will be a good life. And I mean, live to 80 to where I still got all my fucking scruples and, and all of that stuff like that. You know what I mean? Maybe it'll be a little bit hard to walk around or something, but it doesn't matter. I have a hard time walking around anyways. I've had so many surgeries. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the Blaizeman Morning Show. I hope to catch you all Monday, because the Blaizeman Morning Show doesn't air on Fridays, because Fridays is Fridays. But hey, everybody, don't forget to check out the Rabbit Hole tonight. Okay, from 7 to 9 p.m. right here on FFN Network, Blaizeman Media. It's going to be a fantastic show tonight. We try to do our best every Thursday night. So don't forget to check out the Rabbit Hole tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. Okay, and also don't forget to check out the Blaizeman and Miss Tammy show on Tuesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. Sometimes it's 6 to 7 p.m., 6 to 7:30 p.m. Again, this all depends on material. And again, the only show right now on FFN Network that's got their shit literally together is the Rabbit Hole. We do a 2-hour show every Thursday night, and sometimes the show could run longer. So again, with that being said, everybody enjoy your Thursday. Stay cool. If you don't need to be out, don't go out. Don't walk your dog. Don't bring your dog in the fucking car. Don't leave the baby in the fucking car. Go check on your mom. Go check on your grandmother. Go check on any elderly that you know. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that, they're not getting heat stroke or whatever the shit is. And again, I want to say it one more time. Don't bring your dog in the car. Don't leave the fucking baby in the car, you dumb asses. All right? Don't take your dog out for a walk this afternoon. All right? It's going to be too hot for your animal. And I stress this more because I got a husky. She'll be out. If I was to take her out in this heat, and which I did the other day, and I just looked at her and I said, nah, we spun right back around and I brought her home. I got a husky, so her fur is like incredibly huge, even when she sheds. Doesn't matter. So anyways, Don't leave your dog in the car. Don't leave the baby in the car. Go check on the elderly. And peace and love to each and every one of you out there. And Blaizeman Morning Show will be back. Let's see. We will be back Monday, the 25th. Thanks a lot, everybody.